Hello everybody, and I'd like to welcome you all to the old farmhouse here up in... So I hope it all goes smoothly. I think I finally got something working. We just had a day of catastrophes. One of our big lights, the bulb fused, and we don't have bulbs up here in Lewis. So we've had to make do. We had the jiggery-pokery around, but anyway, there's lots of good wee things. Before I start, I was going to just say the weather's been beautiful here. And I'm hoping, but we've got a corncrake out in the grass just out there. I don't know if you know what a corncrake is. They're quite rare. You only get them up on the islands up here, up on the west coast. And they're the most irritating bird you've ever heard. Now, I thought, just because I'm hoping that you get started, and because there's a big cliff just behind the house here, when he makes his cracking noise, it echoes off the cliff, and he thinks it's another corncrake. So he just keeps going, and he goes all night. Now, he might start up while we're doing the show, but just in case he doesn't, what I did was I got a recording of him on my phone, just to let you hear how crazy the... I don't know if you can hear that. That's him outside there all night. Anyway, if you've never heard a concrete before, that's what a concrete sounds like. He's not a songbird by any stretch of the imagination. Anyway, I'm going to start off with this wee song, which was a request for Chris Jenkins from Grand Prairie in Alberta, Canada. I'm going to move that a bit further over here so that I can... It's put on the floor here. As you can see, we've been really stressed. This is a song called The Place. Mystery, it's so clear, deep in the spark of our eyes, reflecting the shining free. We breathe with the wind, we breathe with the wind. Breathe with the wind. Long light, sharp like the edge of the blade, breaks apart across the green field. Dark night, wild with the mystery, lie asleep and concealed. We breathe with the wind. We breathe with the wind. We breathe with the wind. Brave blood, strong like the string of the bow, yarrow. We breathe with the wind. We breathe with the wind. We breathe with the wind. You can sing that if you like. Try that if you like one. And we breathe with the wind. We breathe with the wind. We breathe with the wind. We'll do it one more time with the Phoebe harmonies. And we breathe with the wind. We breathe with the wind. We breathe with the wind. And my friend Finn has just walked in the door. Hello, Finn. How are you? Finn, I'll tell you a story. Finn and I went up there. Those of you who might have been watching me on Facebook, I've been cutting peats on a peat bank. And it's been so dry here that a few days ago I went up and I turned them over. What you do, you turn them over. It's called lifting your peats. And Finn and I went out and had a wee look at them. They're about 3 or 4 miles from here last night, and a lot of them were dry. So I've brought a few here to put on. Now, normally you wouldn't have a big fire on in the summertime here, but I thought it's quite nice to have the fire going, and it's quite nice to burn some of this year's peats on it. I'm going to show you, before I do the next song, I'm going to show you, I'll give you a wee, I brought a few to let you see. And these are the 2 peats. Now, look at them there. Totally dry. Now, when I cut that peat, it was about 4 times the size of that. It was that big, and it's all dried down to that. And there are 2 layers of peats. You cut them. That's the top peat, and that's the bottom peat. And the bottom peat's much darker. It's a much more oily sort of peat. But these are the 2 peats from the peat bank, which Finn and I brought back last night. And I'm just going to chuck them on the fire there. Oh, look at that. Fantastic. There's nothing better than having a fire with your own peat. I don't need the big Scottish jacket on actually tonight. I'm sweating up here. Anyway, I thought we would do a couple of songs with choruses just for the. We'll see if we get this corncrake to start going. I thought maybe when I played these, because normally if I play this afternoon when I was playing back the recording, he was answering the recording, which was fascinating. But this is. So the chorus of this is easy for the global choir. You sing, I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready. I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm. And I think somebody requested this, yeah. Ready for the storm was requested from Angela Thurlston in Perth in Australia. Wow. That's I hope you're watching tonight, Angela. I hope you're getting it. I hope you can smell the peat. This room it's got this very incredible peat smell in it. The chimney doesn't work that great. There's a chance for the global choir to get it. Oh, the waves crashing and the tide pulls out. It's an angry sea, but there is no doubt that the lighthouse will keep shining out to warn the lonely sailor. And the lightning strikes and the wind cuts cold through the sailor's bones to the sailor's soul, till there's nothing left that he can hold except a rolling ocean. Oh, but I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready. I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm. Oh, give me mercy for my dreams, 'cause every confrontation seems to tell me what it really means to be this lonely sailor. And when you take me by your side, you love me warm, you love me, and I should have realized I had no reasons to be frightened. Oh, but I am ready for the storm. Yes, already I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm. Distance, it is no real friend, and time will take its time, but you will find that in the end it brings you me, the lonely sailor. And when the sky begins to clear and the sun it melts away my fear, I'll cry a silent weary tear for those that need to love me. Oh, and I am ready for the storm. Yes, already I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm. This is where you sing it on your own. Global choir, have a wee mouthful of your whatever libation you have sitting beside you. Here we go. Global choir. That's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And I'm getting the vibe here out in the Outer Hebrides, and we're getting the global vibe. We're going to do it again with a wee harmony or two, or a wee maybe. Could you please welcome to the old farmhouse here, Duncan Tatty Face, who's going to be doing some of his bass harmonies with me. So you ready, Duncan? Yeah, here we go. Last time. I am ready for the storm. Yes, already I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm. Well done, well done. And that's my song, Ready for the Storm. I wrote that song for my family on the west coast of Mull, actually, because they were all involved in fishing. My great-grandfather seemingly had a wee skiff that he took out off the west coast of Mull and went fishing up near Fingles. Is it Fingles Cave? Yeah, Fingles Cave, just off the west coast of Mull. And anyway, so I've got a couple of things I should say too, because I'm talking about the Peats earlier on. I have to give a shout out for Julia and Taj, my daughter and her partner, who helped me cut the Peats. And I got into trouble last week for not mentioning them, but they're in Switzerland at the moment. But for Taj and Julia, I would not have been able to do it without you. It's incredibly hard work, and so now I'm reaping the benefits. And flowers coming away there. It's maybe they're maybe just still a wee bit wet. They might just need another few weeks out in the sunshine. Anyway, I'm going to do this wee song, which is something that I don't do very often. And somebody requested this. It was for Mary and Morris Loader from Mortimer in Berkshire. We know you guys. I hope you're all well. And it's called Open Fields. And I don't think I've ever performed this wee song. It was just one of them wee songs that came and so if it goes pear-shaped, we can blame the peat fumes. In fact, I'm going to have a wee mouthful of that. Yeah, I've got a wee bit of a tickle. Great halls, wide with the ages and filled with the treasures of time. High walls, more than the strongest of hearts could honestly climb. We all stand here broken and torn. We long to get back to the fields, back to the open fields, back to the running barn, back to the open fields. I don't know anything greater than you. I talk carefully chosen to distance and hold well away. Thin words, more than the gentlest of hearts could honestly say. We all stand here broken and worn. We long to get back to the fields, back to the open fields, and it turns inside itself, never ever to be understood. Great days held for the few who don't care and don't think they should. We all stand here broken and worn. We long to get back to the fields, back to the open fields, back to the rolling hills, back to the running barn. I don't know anything greater than you. Great halls, wide with the ages and filled with the treasures of time. High walls, more than the strongest of hearts could honestly climb. We all stand here broken and torn. We want to get back to the fields, back to the open fields, back to the rolling hills, back to the running barn. I don't know anything greater than you. Back to the open fields, back to the rolling hills, back to the running barn. I don't know anything greater than Thank you very much. That's my wee song. But I got it right towards the end there. I was beginning to get the fingers around it. I've had a lot on my mind today. It's been a real stressful day, and now because I'm not getting a sign from Jenny saying that it's gone pear-shaped, I'm assuming that you're all getting the signal all right. So that would be amazing if you were from this wee. I'm going to have to do something to improve the internet up here on this wee house away on the west coast here. Anyway, I'm going to finish now with a wee chorus song, and I thought it would be good to sing this because Finn's here, and Finn's involved in it. Finn was involved with this song, so we're going to get a bit of a chorus going, and. Is there because the harmonica in it. Could you pass me? I'm going to do this. So I'm going to do this this song. Jenny's looking at me in horror because she doesn't know what it'll sound like. But anyway, we'll keep these things, these little broadcasts, these wee broadcasts, particularly the ones from up here on the island. We'll keep them pretty informal. And so if you're going to be doing screen captures around of these concerts, now's the time to do it because I'm now looking my coolest. This is as cool as I ever look with the harmonica frame. And well, I always tell this story when I'm Jen's got her phone out. Anyway, too late. I always tell this story that. You know, if you go down to the big city and you go and you see a jazz band playing, and in the middle of the piece of jazz music, the saxophone player will take this fantastic solo, and at the end of the solo, the whole audience will go. Not trying to put anything into your minds, or maybe you get a wee global audience, global choir applause. So what you sing is you sing, I feel so near to the howling of the winds, I feel so near to the crashing of the waves, I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. And this wee place here has been beautiful for the last 4 or 5 days, beautiful sunshine, but in the winter this is a brutal place. When the big Atlantic storms come in, the wind can be so vicious and wild that you just couldn't go out that door. You'd be terrified in here with the wind. And what's great about that is it puts nature right in your face like that and puts everything into a great perspective. So I wrote this song about that. You'll find me sitting at this table with my friend Finn and my friend John. Friend Murdani tells us stories of things long gone, long gone. And we will take a glass together. The whiskey makes it all so clear. It fires our dulled imagination. And I feel so near, so near. Here we go. I feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to to the flowers in the fields, a field so near. That's what you sing. The old man looks out to the islands. He says this place is endless thin. There's no real distance here to mention. We might all fall in, all fall in. No distance to the spirits of the living. No distance to the spirits of the dead. And as he turned, his eyes were shining, and proudly said, here we go, woo. I feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. I feel so near. Yes, I'm getting the global choir applause vibe here. Hey, I'll do it again. Here all night, I see. So we build our tower constructions there to mark our place in time. We justify our great destructions as on we climb, on we climb. Now the journey doesn't seem to matter. The destination's faded out, but gathering out along the headlands, I hear the children shout, children shout. Think about noise, go on. I feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. I feel so near. This is what you do on your own. Are you ready? Global choir. It's a sing along with Finn time. Here we go. I feel so near. That's fantastic. I think you should do it again. Go on, do it again. I feel so. One last time. Ready, Dom? He's standing over there because he's been out fishing all day, and I says, "You're not standing." He's smelling a bit fishy. So Folk that stand over at the door. Feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. I feel so near. Thank you very much, and that brings us to the end of our wee broadcast from the old farmhouse here on Reef. And I think was it last week, a couple of weeks ago, I showed a wee video to you of exactly where we are, but you can Google it, and we're at a place called Reef, and about 300 yards, 300 or 400 metres from the house here is this amazing beach. It's about a mile long. It's an amazing beach. And oh yeah, there's been a couple of videos put up. Anyway, that song was requested by Kathy Rivera from MacLean in Crete. MacLean in Crete. MacLean in Crete. That's fantastic. I bet it's hot in Crete just now. If it's hot in Lewis, it's about to be unbearable in Crete. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've had good fun, and I hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. I am sorry about the stress that was involved in putting on tonight's show. I'm quite amazed that we managed to pull it off. I don't think there's been a problem. So something happened. Finn just assured it was just telling me, he's making signs there saying that the midges are outside, and so it's another dangerous. It's a dangerous place up here. With the wind but the midges are on the go, and so we better get all the doors closed. And so much for the wee barbecue. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and just leaves me one more thing to say. I hope you're all looking after each other and staying cheery. These are kind of weird times that we're all living through, so music is more important than ever for just sort of having a good sing and a bit of a laugh. And as long as you can keep things informal and have a wee bit of a sense of humour and keep smiling like a tatty face, then we'll all do all right. So night. Thanks to Finn for coming in, and Jenny for doing the buttons. And I'll see you next week back in Butterstone. Aikava.